Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We from Group 5 will present about the circulatory system. We consist Adelia Ardiningrum, Amalia Azzahra, Annastasya Sahlaa Syahida, Assyifa Titania Syahrani, Huriyah Indriani Asyam, Risma Narda Aqilah, and Vina Anggraini. First, this is the picture of the circulatory system. The first part will be explained by Vina. To Vina, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Huri. So, arteries carry oxygen both away from the heart and out to the rest of the body. The breath thought many times becomes small and small as the get further away from the heart. Function: to carry blood out of the heart or from the heart throughout the body. Location: arteries are internal or hidden inside human body. 2. Veins carry oxygen for blood from the various part of the body back to the heart. They get longer and longer as they get closer to the heart. Function: to carry blood into the heart. Location: the location of the veins is close to the surface of the body. Thank you.
Okay, thank you to Vina. Next, to Adele. To Adele, the time is yours.
Thank you, Huri. Heart is a hollow muscular organ that pumps the blood through the circulatory system by rhythmic contraction and dilation. In vertebrates, there may be up to 4 chambers, as is human, with 2 atria and 2 ventricles. Function: heart is to pump blood through the body and receptor it after it has been cleaned. Location: in the left thoracic cavity. And capillaries is connect with arteries at their smallest, thinnest point and join them to vein. The thin walls of the capillaries are where the transfer of oxygen and carbon dioxide takes place. Function: capillaries is fluid exchange and nutrition. Location is position capillaries form brains at the end of arteries and veins. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Adele. So this is another picture of the circulatory system. The first one will explain by Assyifa. Pada Assyifa, the time is yours.
Thank you, Huri. Okay, the superior vena cava or vena cava is a large vein in the human body. Function: vena cava is to bring back to the flow of carbon dioxide containing blood from the entire upper body to the heart. Location is at the top of the heart. The next, the pulmonary arteries. Function is to replace the carbon dioxide contact with water vapor in the blood into oxygen. Location is between aorta and aortic valve. Thank you.
Thanks to Assyifa. Next, the right atrium and the tricuspid valve by Annastasya. To Annastasya, the time is yours.
Thank you, Huri. Okay, the right atrium function to receive blood from all parts of the body containing carbon dioxide, which carries it to the right ventricle. Location: somewhat forward compared to the right chamber and the left atrium. The tricuspid valve. The tricuspid valve is one of the two main valves on the right side of the heart in human. In general, the tricuspid valve has three valves that can open and close. This allows blood to flow from the right atrium to the right ventricle in the heart and prevent blood from flowing backward. The function of the tricuspid valve is to open and close the flow of blood from the right atrium to the right ventricle. Location between the right atrium and the right ventricle of the heart. Thank you.
Thanks to Anna. The next is the right ventricle and left ventricle. To Amalia, the time is yours.
Thank you, Huri. The right ventricle functions to chase blood from the right atrium and pumps blood to the lungs. Location under the right atrium and next to the left ventricle. The left ventricle function is responsible for pumping clean blood throughout the body, and the left ventricle is an integral part of the cardiovascular system. Left ventricle contraction forces oxygen blood through the aortic valve to be distributed to the entire body. Location below the left atrium and is separated by the mitral valve. Thank you.
Thank you, Amalia. The next is aorta and the pulmonary valve by Risma. The Risma, time is yours.
Thank you, Huri. So the aorta is the main and largest artery in the human body, originating from the left ventricle of the heart and extending down to the abdomen, where it is split into two smaller arteries. The aorta distributes oxygenated blood to all parts of the body through the systematic circulation function to carry oxygenated blood from the left ventricle to the rest of the human body. Location at the top of your heart organ. Next, the pulmonary valve. The pulmonary valve is a valve of the heart that lies between the right ventricle and the pulmonary artery and has three cups. It is one of the four valves of the heart and one of the semilunar valve, the other being the aortic valve. Function responsible for regulating the flow of blood from the heart to the lung. Location between the right lower heart chamber ventricle and the pulmonary artery. The pulmonary veins. The pulmonary veins are the veins that transfer oxygenated blood from the lungs to the heart. The largest pulmonary veins are the four main pulmonary veins. Two from each lung that drain into the left atrium of the heart. Function: carry oxygen-rich blood, which carries blood from the lung to left atrium of the heart. Location: in the skin. The aortic valve. The aortic valve is a valve in the heart of human and most other animals. Location between the left ventricle and the aorta. Function: to regulate the order in which blood flow from one part to another. Thank you, Huri.
Thank you, Risma. The last part is the left atrium and the mitral valve by me. So, the left atrium is one of the four chambers of the heart and is located in the upper left part of the body. The left atrium is in charge of receiving new oxygenated blood from the lungs, then pumping blood into the left ventricle through the mitral valve. So, the function of the left atrium is receiving new oxygenated blood from the lungs, then pumping blood into the left ventricle through the mitral valve. The location is one of the four chambers of the heart and is located in the upper left part of the body. Next, the mitral valve. The mitral valve, also known as the bicuspid valve or left atrioventricular valve, is one of the 4 heart valves. It has 2 cups or flaps and lies between the left atrium and the left ventricle of the heart. The heart valves are all one-way valves allowing blood flow in just one direction. The mitral valve and the tricuspid valve are known as the atrioventricular valve because they lie between the atria and the ventricle. So the function of the mitral valve is to prevent blood already in the left ventricle from returning to the left atrium. And the location is in between the atria or atrium and the ventricle. So we think that's all from us. If you have any question, just comment below. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.